This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
All right, here we go. OverDrive off and running. TSN 1050 on the TSN app, your home smart speaker up on TSN. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie Noodles McLennan.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Disappointed Major League song wasn't playing, and I woke up this morning and I can't believe what I'm watching every night. I'm like, is this the city where we never get nice things? Yes, we had the Raptors. They won the NBA championship. Seems like a long time ago, but I'm like, every morning I have a coffee and I'm like, this is the Blue Jays, right? Like that was Yesavage playing for the Jays, right? That wasn't the Phillies, wasn't anybody else. It's the
Marlins
Jays
or something.
Yeah,
One
right.
win away, man. It's like they're gonna make a movie about this team. It's so amazing every single night. The guts, the excellent performances. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but every day I wake up and I literally say, pinch me. Like, is this actually for real happening?
I'm having the exact same experience, and I know they need a day off, but I want them to play tonight.
No kidding.
Like,
I was like, I'm pissed they're not playing tonight.
Yeah.
And by the way, Halloween, a little PSA, is over at 8 p.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. It's over. Nobody wants to come to the door. Nobody's going to the door. Wow. Lights off. Get the kids out there at 4:15, 5 o'clock.
I think you can get the younger kids out. That's kind of mandatory anyway. If you're, younger kids, they're out there at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they're in by 7 at the latest. It's the older kids. Here's the issue that people are going to run into, and this is where I think we can help out. Little Dear Hazy B.
All right.
This is one of the 2 or 3 biggest party nights of the year. I'm not talking kids.
You're talking 20 to 40.
Yes. That's where it's going to get awkward for people. Because someone's going to host a Halloween party.
Canceled, dude. No way.
I don't know. Is it canceled? Because, yes, we're all in on the Jays. This might shock you. There are some people that don't care.
I know, but don't care. Here's going to be the issue, Hayes. What if you just met somebody? This is literally a Hazy B right off the hop. And it's like, just met, going out, things are going well. Hey, we got to go to this dress-up Halloween. I'm going to introduce you to all my friends. And Game 6 of the World Series, and you're a Jays freak fan, I think you have to pull the pin and say, this is just not happening. Sorry, I'm not going to no Halloween party because I don't want to be the guy that crawls down in the basement and turns the TV on and is antisocial and is just watching the game. You know how many people are canceling on Halloween plans tomorrow? I guarantee you the list is plentiful. Full cancellation.
It should be.
Well,
I hear what you're saying, but it won't be for everybody.
No,
it won't be
it's
for
not
everybody.
The thing is, though, you have to, even if you have something that's very serious going on, people have to understand.
Noodles, what the hell is very serious about a Halloween party where you're dressed up as a goblin?
You're right. But I'm talking, there are people that are getting married tomorrow. There are people that have huge parties that have been planned for months. What they didn't see Yesavage doing this stuff. Maybe they're Jays fans, but they're like, that's not us. That's not going to happen for us or whatever. And all of a sudden you see it creeping up and you're like, oh my God, this falls on the same day that I planned X, whatever it is. What I'm saying is whatever is going on tomorrow night, a TV screen in the corner, if there's unless it's a funeral, you can't really have a funeral or a wake tomorrow night and have the Jays game kicking around in the background.
Oh, let's ask Hazy B. Hazy B, do you cancel plans? Because I am canceling plans. I'm sorry.
I think 90% of plans are being canceled. I think Noodles is right. There are certain things where there's an obligation to be there.
Yeah, if somebody's dumb enough to get married on Halloween night.
Well, that's true, too. How many weddings are happening on, because
Zero.
You're just asking for a disaster where the one guy shows up and dressed as a goblin. And then
Frankenstein.
The bride is losing it because he's ruined all the pictures. It's just the worst idea ever to have a wedding on a Halloween.
I guarantee you maybe I don't know anybody who got married on Halloween, but there's a listener out there that has said, I've got a buddy who got married on Halloween because he married a Gothic person or something.
What's the mini Jerry's divorce rate on a Halloween wedding?
Dude, it's 100.5.
It's 100%.
It's 100.5.
It really is 100%.
You have a goth wedding on Halloween night, it's 150% chance of divorce.
Okay, wedding. I may have misspoke with the word wedding, but there is something. There are, things that have been planned, work events, you name it.
Yep.
And you can't get out of it. There are people that are going to be on planes tomorrow because they're traveling. They have to flying out for this, flying for that. There's things that you're right. Not everybody's going to be tuned in, but I just think if you are in the local Toronto area, you need access to a screen.
I think you do, and I think what is definitely reasonable is to call ahead and get a read on what the situation is going to be like. That's, I guess, what I'm saying. Like Halloween night, we all experienced it. It really is one of the 2 or 3 best party nights of the year. It might be the best. Like, it's an unbelievable party night. When you're 20 years old, you can't beat it. Like, it's a huge night. It falls on a Friday. Not that it matters if you're 20, you're going out anyway. But if this is the conundrum, right? It's like, well, we're going here, and I'm pretty sure this person isn't into sports, and he or she probably has some plan for music being played in the background. I think you got to call it in and find out if that's the case. And if it is, it's a mandatory shoot deployment. Or, again, if you're 20, you say, I'll meet you at the bar at midnight. Like, that's totally reasonable. I'll meet you after the game. Game's going to be over by 11. What, I got to be there at 8 o'clock?
No, kid, no one meets anywhere at 8 o'clock.
Exactly. But, yeah, I can't believe we're going to a Game 6. And the Jays, they deserve to be in the driver's seat. They were in the driver's seat coming home down the stretch in September. And I look back on that now and I think, man, was that huge that they won their final 4 games to win the AL East and to have home field advantage, right? And not have to play in a wild card and set up your rotation and let a lot of these old guys, Yesavage notwithstanding, to settle in, to get some rest, to be prepared. And just everything has gone their way, but they've earned it. Like, they beat up on LA last night. First pitch, gone. Third pitch, gone. Like, just immediately a message that this is pedal to the metal mentality. And the Jays are leaving Dodger Stadium up 3-2. And I think they're chock full of confidence. I think Blue Jay fans are chock full of confidence, and that gets back to what you pointed out earlier. Oh, it's like, this is Toronto. This is the Toronto sports scene where it's a warped mentality. It's never comfortable. It's never optimistic. It's never confident.
No.
I think it is. Like, I'm not putting the cart before the horse. I'm not saying the Dodgers can't win. Of course they can. The Dodgers are a great championship caliber team. Yamamoto's on the mound tomorrow night. Of course the Dodgers can still win. But I think the Jays are going to pull it off. And I think the Jays have earned that level of confidence that they've outperformed the Dodgers throughout the series. And I think what has become very evident the last 2 games, and what strikes a little bit of fear in me is that we have a day off today for the Dodgers to reset. That Game 3 18th inning loss was a blessing in disguise because the Dodgers are on fumes. Like, Ohtani's done nothing the last 2 games. Nothing. Freddie Freeman's done nothing. Betts has done nothing.
What about some of the messaging after the game? Like, Dave Roberts is the manager instead of Schneider, where Roberts he's just beside himself in the dugout. Like, he's shaking his head, he's pissed off, he's slamming his fist. Mm-hmm. And I thought that would be Schneider afterwards saying, you know what, we're on fumes and we're outmatched a little bit. Blake Snell after the game was like, I think it's just unlucky. Mookie Betts got in front of the mic and he goes, I'm just terrible right now. And I was like, fair. I love hearing that, man. I love hearing that right now. And they're the ones that are kind of flustered, and I love every second of it. But you're right. With the guy coming on the mound tomorrow, things can change very quickly. Well, but the Blue Jays definitely have the right to feel confident to lock it down. They're an amazing team, man.
Yeah, they really are.
Guys, you take history out of this. And what I mean by that is where the Blue Jays were 8 months ago, where we were talking about 4 months ago, all of that type of stuff. If you just had both teams walk in the room and regardless of what they've done in the last couple years, and you looked at it, the Blue Jays have deserved to be up 3-2. Mm-hmm. That's Hayes, you just effectively said that. But, you should believe in yourself. You're coming home. I don't know. I've often wondered, does home building, we'll call it, mean much when it comes to baseball, or is it just more the energy of like, like there's certain in hockey, the home rink, you get last change, you get certain things, right? I guess
should
you
mean a lot, but
if
you look at this series, the first 2 games they split, and then Toronto took 2 or 3 in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Who the hell would have figured that?
But looking at it, I just think that they deserve to be exactly where they are because they've played well enough, and the moment hasn't been too big for them. The moment, Clement could actually stand in the batter's box and look around and go, where the hell am I? Where I was 3 years ago, where I was. But he hasn't done that. Instead, he's, gone the other way. Like I look at it, Barger, same thing. The storylines are unbelievable, and you should believe in it. The other thing that caught me off guard, and this is just a weird thing, Mookie Betts needs a solid rebuild. I've never seen him without a helmet. Did you see him sitting in the?
Oh, it's over for Mookie. I mean, that's a first class flight to Istanbul.
He was so dejected sitting in the dugout yesterday, and he didn't have a helmet or a hat on. I'm like, oh my God, that's first thing I noticed.
Mookie's fighting it right now.
He's calling Strutty.
But yes, he is calling Strutty. And listen, I think clearly the Dodgers. Like, they felt pretty good against Yesavage in Game 1, and the Jays broke it open later in that game, famously the 6th inning where, they put all those runs on the board and Barger hit that grand slam. But Yesavage didn't have his stuff, and I think leading into the game, there was somewhat of a belief, naturally, that, okay, the Dodgers are really going to have him figured out this time. Like they hadn't seen him the first time, look out the second time. And the way Yesavage attacked them last night was unprecedented. Unprecedented. 12 strikeouts, no walks, 24 swing and misses. The famous, there's 2 pictures now that feature Ohtani, and you have to win the World Series now for it to really, really land. Like, they've got to close still. So I'm not putting the cart before the horse.
T-shirts.
Yes, but the 2 famous pictures that we can put up on the screen here. Last night, it was Yesavage buckling Ohtani.
And walking off the mound.
Buckling Ohtani and walking off the mound. And then, of course, in Game 3, when Vladdy hit the home run off Ohtani, and they're both staring at it as it leaves the park. Like, those should be put up at City Hall. They should be at the Rogers Center. They should be at Scotiabank Arena, even though the Jays don't even play there. Should be in every school across the city. Like, those 2 pictures right there, because of who we're talking about, Ohtani in particular, but Savage being that big of a beast, not even staring at him, just chew on that, and I'm out of here, and makes his walk to the dugout. And Vladdy and Ohtani staring at that thing as it flies to Anaheim in Game 4. Just incredible cinematic moments. And, the kid, 22 years old, drafted not even 18 months ago, started the year in low A ball. And I got to give full credit to the organization for implementing this plan. They drafted him, they developed him, they set him up for success all year. They bring him up in September, and they get to the playoffs, and they basically unleash him. They've unleashed him on the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Dodgers. And last night, over 100 pitches, 7 innings, masterpiece. And that's the best start yet in the series. That includes Yamamoto in Game 2.
What about the organization, Hayes, just not being afraid of the talent? Because a lot of times people would just ignore it and say, oh, it's pretty good, but you need a couple years seasoning, and you need this, and you need that. Mm-hmm. And they would just ignore the talent and just say, you need more seasoning. Well, like, you need to over-ripen. You're not ready for this. And they just the results speak for themselves, but they just kept pushing them and saying, you're ready for this and the next one. Like, what a legendary performance. What I'm worried about is, how do you continue your career and be a success after this? Like, you win the World Series and then you're going to kickstart your career? Like, what would make it a success?
It's a great question. It is a great question. But you think in a candid moment they're like, we knew this all along? Or
not to this extreme, man.
That's what I mean.
This is crazy.
The stars have aligned in so many ways, which is awesome. And when you have, lightning in a bottle. You've heard guys talk about this being, a very special group. But, do you think they sat in the office management going, this is what Yesavage is going to do for us. I mean, I think they looked at the talent and go, this guy's, we believe he can be a star in this league. Mm-hmm. But you put him in, they've put him in the toughest situations, and he's excelled. Like,
yes,
beyond
excelled. Beyond excelled.
It's amazing. I wonder where they had the thoughts and Fester to go, if this works, it looks great, and how much in a candid moment where they've like, we didn't see this.
Well, not in your wildest dreams. Like you obviously prepare for it. He earned it because of the way he pitched his final few starts of the regular season.
Right.
But I think you can add, like this time last year, we've been saying that a lot. Yesavage, Max Scherzer, Shane Bieber are all a part of the playoff rotation. That 3-pack, that parlay would be paying plus infinity a year ago. Jays are up 3-2, going back to the Dome. Gausman's on the mound. You'd say, of course, I see that. And then you say Trey Yesavage, Max Scherzer, Shane Bieber were the three guys that helped them get there. You'd say never. Like off the boards. We can't even accept your money. It's free money for the books. Yeah, you'd never be able to see that.
The one guy's in college, and the other guy is having Tommy John.
Yeah, and the other guy's Max Scherzer, who it's like, is he still ever going to pitch again?
Yeah.
And why is he coming up here? How's he coming up to Toronto?
We had Jerry's on this show saying, are we going to get 15 innings?
15 starts. 15 starts.
Sorry,
yes, 15 starts, which he has greatly exceeded.
Yes.
And it's another example of how everything's worked out. They've earned it, but obviously a lot of things have broken their way, and Jays are coming home for Game 6 tomorrow. And I'm curious who you think is happier that they're still playing, the Leafs or the Raptors?
The Leafs, I think.
I don't know, Noodles. The Raptors are getting destroyed.
Dude, what's with all
destroyed?
The number of points are incredible the Raps are giving up. It's
they're
like 139 every night.
But okay,
what is that?
They're terrible. They're 1-4. They've lost 4 in a row, and they are getting destroyed.
They are, and I saw that. And to be honest, that was third on my depth chart in watching games
obviously.
last night.
But I think again, it's easy to say the Leafs, and the Leafs were horrendous last night. But the Raptors, I think they're pretty happy the Jays are still playing. Go focus on them, please.
You're right, but here's my question: coming into the season, what was the expectation for the Raptors?
Not what we're seeing.
I think a playoff team was expected. I think with Ingram playing, they're healthy. Pirtle's a bit banged up now, but I think they were hoping they could, and maybe they still can be. It's 5 games.
Yeah, it's 5 games.
Maybe they still can
be. We're early. Yeah.
But they are.
It is, but I can already get the sniff, and I don't want to.
Man.
I don't want to predict bad things, but it seems like our boy Darko's message, where it was just like, I don't know, and then it's like, Darko. What are you? You can only he's got the Halloween music pumping, yes. I think, a little bit.
Well,
because when you
early,
just go through 2 or 3 years of losing like that, it's just like the excuses. It's just like any coach. Like you look at Sheldon Keefe, like how many times in a big game in the playoffs, and I got to tell you guys, I don't want to get scrambly, but Craig Berube, how many times can you see that guy yell at his team saying, let's get going here, let's wake up? We're talking 10 games in, how many times has he done that this year? 8?
Yeah. Timeouts and yelling, wake up.
Well,
how many times?
And they don't wake up.
Yeah. And it goes back to last year in Game 6 and 7, or Game 7. He was like, "Come on, this isn't us. Let's wake up here. Let's get going." How many times can you hear a guy, or does he have to say, "Let's get going here"? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, that was ugly last night. Like that first period. There was a 5-on-1 in the National Hockey League.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that before either.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Believe me, that is a unicorn.
No, you've never seen it.
But the crazy thing about it, Brian, I still think it was a bad goal.
Yes, Werenski shot it. I couldn't believe he took the shot.
He shot it on a 5-on-1.
Yeah.
And maybe the goalie's thinking, there's no way this guy's going to shoot it because he's got options. But he shot it, and he went short side on it. I was like, I didn't
Bad
love
goal.
that
I didn't
goal.
like the first 2 goals.
No,
I didn't like the first one either. It's a nice play by Sillinger, I think it was, but you got to stop that.
Yeah, it was. But this 5-on-1, now
Look
you
at
end up
this.
having you have a back checker, but he holds on to it and shoots like that's. I think that's McCabe back. Like you need to rely on your goaltender to make a save there. That's short side.
Look at the odd man rushes, man. This is what a team that's playing well. You see that this is the low light reel for a month of play.
Guys, think about this. A great man, a great player scored his 500th goal last night, and we haven't even mentioned it yet.
You're
500th.
Right. John Tavares has
Was there
500.
a sadder 500th goal? I listened to Bonesy's call, and it was just like, John Tavares, 500 goals. I was like, that is damn sad.
I know.
Wow.
I know, because he couldn't even celebrate. Like, no one could.
Look at John. He was just like, I want to get to the bus.
Would you have blamed him, though? Like, if he did the Matt Duchene. Remember Matt Duchene scored his 30th in a 4-1 loss?
Waugh was all pissed off.
Patrick Waugh went crazy on him. If John Tavares drops his gloves and starts riding his stick down the wall, at least Chief went over and said to him, guaranteed, congrats, proud of you. Yeah. You know, this mess isn't on you or whatever. Like, but it just
would have been worse is if, like, there was an expectation if you went to Columbus and said, hey, we're going to empty the bench if this guy gets his 500th. Imagine, like,
6-2 goal.
How much juice would have been in that bench emptying if they did that? Not a lot.
Nothing.
Man.
Yeah, nothing. And here's the unfortunate truth is to top that, like, Matthews is chasing down Sundin. And, like, if they don't get their acts together, and it's like they do not look good. They were awful last night at times. Like in particular the breakdowns, like the egregious defensive breakdowns. But they're in trouble. Like Willie's not playing and Tanev's out and their goaltending is really struggling. They look like a team that doesn't have any answers. They have no life. Like there's no life to their game right now.
I know, and I keep on trying to say it, and every time I say it, I preface it by saying, I keep hearing Brian Hayes in the back of my head saying they're going to end up with 100 points because we do this every single year where they stink the joint out at the beginning, but they do end up with 100 points. But this year, it's got a different look to it. They don't – you're right, the goaltending and just the general excitement, they look like the team that's been to 3 finals in a row and they just have no juice in the tank right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the lack of energy and the lack of kind of – the odd man rushes, and it's just the only way I could describe it the other night in the panel was every other team they play or every team they play, they're presenting something that's scary. The odd man rushes against New Jersey. The skill level of the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo, like, overwhelmed them. The Buffalo Sabres overwhelmed them.
Columbus.
And last night, Columbus. Overwhelmed them. Like on a rush game.
Yeah, and watching it, like, I will say this, like, it is early. And you're right. There's plenty of opportunity to get together. I do have some excuses, and I don't generally
Go for it. Give me one.
Okay, here. Well, I'll give you three. Okay. Number one, Hayes, you talked about the goaltending. So last year they were arguably probably the best tandem in the league. They were. Let's call it that. But Joseph Woll hasn't been available to them. So Anthony Stolarz is like, you play every night. And this guy needs nights off here. We're 3 weeks into the season because he's not used to that. Joseph Woll is on the horizon, so he's going to come back. So you're going to get a healthy tandem, and they're going to be challenging for the net. Now, that's excuse one. Whether it works out or not, whether there's a market correction, that's still to be told. But there's excuse two you mentioned. Tanev is a big part of their D. And they're a big part of their kill, a big part of shutting down the cycle.
Let me just say this. I love the guy, Jamie, but I don't even think he played that well when he was in the lineup.
Well,
I don't.
You're right, but it disjointed. Would you rather have Chris Tanev or Philip Meyer? I'll take Chris Tanev.
Of course.
Okay.
Two games, though. He's only missed 2 games.
You're right, but Tanev is a big part of that group, at least, of leadership, blocking shots, all of that type of stuff. There's excuse 2. Excuse 3, Willie. Like, you really notice Willie's absence. Now, he played the game. He was hurt on the other one. Like, I don't know if he's healthy. I don't even know what the hell's wrong with him. All of a sudden, he's not playing last night. But he played the game before. So I don't know what's up with him. Obviously, he's ailing. But you clearly see the difference of an absence of a top player in William Nylander, because now you rely just on Matthews. And Tavares is 35 and, all of that. I think Easton Cowan had a couple looks, but, what are we? 10, 11 games in, he's still been pretty quiet, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess the counter to that is if you look at a team like Vegas where Mark Stone, their captain, goes down, they just keep on trucking. They have goaltenders that struggle, and they just keep on trucking. And it goes to the depth of the team.
Yeah,
it's just like, why are things going haywire if Joseph Woll is missing, if Chris Tanev is missing? William Nylander is obviously a key piece and a superstar player, but it's like he goes down, like someone else has got to step up, and I just don't know what's there to step up.
So that's, I guess, like I say, I'm not making excuses. I'm just looking at, like, are there things that could be better if they had, I think this team is kind of on a balancing act. Is you pretty much need a full roster to see what things look like. And right now, you're missing some pieces that are kind of pulling from other players.
Yeah.
And that's the glass half full on the other side is there are some guys that can come back and help this group, but you still need more from the guys that you expect. Like Austin Matthews, like that, there was a goal directly correlated to, him trying to keep the puck in at the blue line and ended up on a 2-on-1. Can't remember which goal it was, but
no, he's not even close.
By him.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, here's the reality: if you never watched the game before, if you never knew of his career, you'd say that guy's a middle of the pack second line center. That's what he's playing like. He looks like a middle of the pack second line center. That's Austin Matthews through 11 games. And if that's the case, this is what you're going to get. It's everything rolls downhill. So, yes, if Wall was healthy, he plays last night, it could be a very different game. Very different game. If Tanev plays, it's probably a different game. Wall concerns me because he's missed so much time, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't a contract dispute, but remember with Swayman, other goalies, you miss all of camp. I don't know if he's going to be great this year. I don't.
We don't know.
There's no
You're
guarantees. Right. Hopefully he will, and they need him, but there's no guarantees. But I look at Matthews, man, like Al's brother had stats on him. Al's brother was digging last night.
Yeah,
he has scored. Austin Matthews has 1 5-on-5 goal this season. He has 6 goals 5-on-5 since February 1st of last year. That is 250th in the league. That is staggering.
For a guy that we have often, almost every time, talked about the best 5-on-5 goal scorer in the whole world.
Yes. From day one he stepped into the league, he was basically the best.
Yes.
And that is the definition of a great goal scorer. Yes, on the power play, you feast, of course. Empty nets, you feast. You're allowed to do that too. But 5-on-5, you still cook. And you cook better than anyone else. And over the last 30, 40 games of this year and last, he's nowhere close. And through 11 games, again, he's producing like he's the 40th best center in the league. And that's got to change. It's 11 games. It can change. Hopefully it will change. But that's where it starts for me.
Yeah,
he's the captain of the team. He's got to be way better
behind him. There's got to be him and 8 to 10 players behind him, but it all starts with him.
Yes.
And then after that, 8 to 10 guys where you're like, you have to bring 20 to 30% more, if not more than that, than what you're bringing.
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
They all have to be better. But it's in the end, that was what I laid out. That's not an excuse for them then to go. I'm just saying. I'm trying to look at it in a different way, that maybe there's an opportunity there for them to be better, but it hasn't been good enough. And the problem is the Atlantic is jammed up.
With other teams that have been bad. That's the thing. Like you look at, Tampa, Ottawa, Florida, those Boston, Buffalo, they're all kind of around the same place. It's Montreal and Detroit. So someone's got to snap out of it and get going, and someone will. And obviously the Leafs are hoping that it will be them. Ricky Romero coming up. We've got Luke coming up on the Thursday nighter tonight. We're looking ahead to Game 6 of the World Series tomorrow. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 2.
Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
Hazy, I was thinking this morning, when they do the movie of the Blue Jays' success and hopefully a World Series victory, when Hedge and Keegan and you are on the field, who is going to play Hazy B holding the mic? Who would you pick for yourself? Noodles, I know you're a movie buff, but when the Blue Jays movie comes out and it pans across and they see Hazy B holding the TSN mic, who is the actor that plays Hazy B?
Seth MacFarlane.
What?
That's generally the guy that I get attached to the most.
He looks exactly like him.
Yeah,
I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry.
Family Guy, the guy from Family Guy. Yeah. Seth MacFarlane. You'd know him to see him.
He looks.
That'd
like
be a great cameo. I think Seth would be cool with that. No lines.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting a line in the movie, but I think in the background, I think Hedge would get a line in the movie. She should. Hedge runs the whole operation in the clubhouse, right? Like the whole narrative, the whole conversation is Hedge just a driving force in there. Keegan would have to be Keegan would get a line.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm not getting a line, but I get a cameo, and I think Seth would be up for that. I think that's a good idea.
Who would play Keegan?
Wow, great question. Who is playing Keegan? He's got a very authentic look.
He does, man.
I don't know. We're going to need some help from that.
Yeah, we need some help on that.
Yeah, who plays Keegan in the movie? All right, we'll figure that out.
Shoot us some notes, people.
We'll figure that out. So, yeah, we got Game 6 tomorrow, possibly Game 7 on Saturday, and I believe our next guest is coming up, and I know he was there last night. He's from L.A., former Blue Jay, joining us here on OverDrive. Here's Ricky Romero. What's happening, Ricky?
How you guys doing?
We're doing
Not
well,
much.
man.
Just enjoying this playoff run. It's been pretty awesome following the guys, and just being around that atmosphere has been really, really cool. I mean, it happened in my backyard, so it was even better.
I can imagine. Like, what's that like, being a kid from L.A.? Did you grow up a Dodger fan?
I did. I grew up a Dodger fan, and I mean, I remember nothing but great memories at that stadium. And anytime you step into Dodger Stadium, to me, it's always special because it just brings me back to the moments I've shared with my dad there and stuff like that. And to be able to experience a World Series against the team that I made my debut with, my son wearing a Blue Jay jersey, a Vladdy jersey, all that stuff has been just really, really awesome. And I mean, I've gotten it from family members, from friends, from people on social media about turning my back on them and stuff like that. But I think at this point, and I've been saying this a lot, at this point, the roots in Toronto are a lot deeper than the roots I had here at Dodger Stadium. I mean, I've never had any ties to that team other than growing up and rooting for them. But, you know, obviously with Toronto, the roots are a little bit deeper, I feel like.
Ricky, what did you make of Yesavage's performance? I mean, we were talking about it before you came on. I mean, just one for all time. Does it surprise you, in watching him? What do you make of all of it?
It's been an incredible run for him. I mean, I think at this point, he's got more postseason starts than he does regular season starts, which is crazy. And I think at this point, it doesn't surprise me. I think when you saw him make his first start in the playoffs, you're like, okay. And then the fact that the team, John Schneider and company, were able to give him the ball Game 6 in a do-or-die game against the Seattle Mariners, and he delivered then, just told me everything I needed to know about him. And last night, honestly, it was one of those games where it felt like every time a hitter stepped up to the plate against him, he was 0-2 within like a blink of an eye. It just seemed like he had rhythm, he had confidence, he was jumping ahead with every single pitch. And when you're able to throw 3 pitches for a strike, it's hard to sit on a pitch or guess on a pitch or anything like that. And just what an unbelievable performance out of him. Just an absolute beast on the mound, and happy to have been able to witness that. I mean, 22 years old, didn't even faze him. And you've heard all the starting staff talk about him, how he doesn't carry himself like a young rookie. He's carried himself like he belongs there. And I think that's half the battle right there. When you know you belong and you know your stuff plays, everything else just takes care for itself.
With Ricky Romero. So as a pitcher, with all that said, it's just an unbelievable outing. How comforting is it, or how much does it bolster your confidence when you step on the mound, bottom of the first, and your team's already supplied you with 2 runs?
It's great. I mean, run support is always great. I think that's the one thing that, lots of starting pitchers sometimes suffer from, right? I mean, we've seen it with great pitchers, not just with the Toronto Blue Jays, but around the league where, they have really good numbers and their win-loss record isn't very good because they don't have enough run support or anything like that. But when your team gets out there and sets the tone, Davis Schneider, first pitch, home run, 2 pitches later, Vladdy, home run. I mean, I was there. I was sitting in the stands, and you could literally hear a pin drop. Talk about taking the crowd out of the game. I mean, everyone's standing, first pitch, everyone's cheering, boom, home run. Another home run, and everyone just sits down and starts. You can just see it in the stadium. Everyone's looking around like, whoa, did that just really happen? And let's be real. I don't think anybody gave the Toronto Blue Jays a chance to come here and win 2 out of 3. I think the whole goal was to get back to Toronto for a game 6 and, kind of similar to the Seattle series. Just get one on the road, get back to our stadium where we feel comfortable playing and go from there. And the fact that they took 2 of 3 here in LA, says a lot about this team. And, looking back at it, you're just like, man, like they were so close to maybe sweeping this great team, and I feel like the confidence level has to be very, very high. You see the guys, and we've seen all the interviews, Ernie Clement talking about how, great and tight they are. Everything about it, you just see it, you feel it when you're watching these guys in the dugout. When you're there at the stadium, you really see how much they really care and love for each other. There's no egos.
Ricky, I think you'd agree that Vladdy's the head of the snake. What does he look like? It just seems like he's in full control with leadership. And I think back in the day, if you watch the Yankees, you could tell that Derek Jeter was the captain. They just didn't call him the captain. He was the first guy to congratulate somebody after they hit a homer, the exceptional plays, the timely hitting. It seems like Vladdy has just morphed into that guy for the Jays. What did it look like up close and personal?
He's about as good as it gets. I don't think it gets any better than that, honestly. And the way he's performing in the playoffs, it's almost like he's savoring the moment and he understands the task at hand. And I think the best part about it is, like you mentioned, just the charisma that he's shown in the dugout, the leadership and stuff like that. I think everything, people feed off of him, and it's like he's the head guy, the face of the franchise, and then he's got everyone else pulling on the same side of the rope and all for one goal. And obviously that's to win a World Series. But even you watch him, the way he's handled the interviews and all that stuff, what it would mean to him. And we've seen him get emotional, when they made it to the World Series. I can just imagine, there are 27 outs, and if he captures that ring, what it would do to him. Just an absolute superstar on and off the field. Every interaction I've always had with him, it's like he doesn't treat anybody any different. Just the nicest person you'll ever meet. And I'm really, really happy for him and glad that he's been able to lead this team. And, for a long time, I think Toronto, the country of Canada, has seen Vladdy, but I think everyone in North America is catching a glimpse of him right now, and rightfully so.
Yeah, his stats are off the charts. I was looking at a stat earlier, minimum 60 plate appearances in the playoffs. Only Barry Bonds has a higher OPS. I think Bonds back in 2002 or maybe in 2004. His OPS is almost 1,400 in the playoffs, and they're through 5 games of the World Series. It's crazy. And you consider the fact that George Springer went out early in Game 4, and they had that heartbreak in Game 3 where it goes 18 innings and Freddie Freeman walks him off, and then George leaves the game early the next night. Like, there were ample opportunities for maybe the Jays to feel deflated. How surprised? How much credit do you give them that they didn't allow Game 3 or Springer's injury to drag them down? If anything, it catapulted them into an even larger life and better play and seemingly more confidence.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all, simply because I feel like it's been next man up all season long. If you look at the whole season, you've seen that there's been a different hero on any given night. Yes, Vladdy is the head of the snake. Yes, he is the head of the franchise, but it hasn't been always just him. It's been everyone else doing their part. And I've been saying this all along. The Toronto Blue Jays are led by Vladdy, but it's the role players that have done a tremendous job, that have stepped in and taken care of their part. I'm talking about Ernie Clement, Addison Barger, Nathan Lucas, even Kiner Falefa. He's been so underrated. I feel like nobody really talks about him, but his defensive work at second base has been tremendous. And then you throw in Andres Jimenez too. Everyone, I feel like, just has played a part in this on this team, and it's showing. It's not just being carried by one guy. And we got to give credit to Bo Bichette too. When you think about him, he's a pro's pro at the plate. Just watching his at bats, his takes, the way he swings. I've been so impressed, because when you think about Bo and him being hurt and out that long, he is essentially doing his rehab assignment in the World Series right now. Like usually it takes like 3-4 weeks to build up, get back to 9 innings and all that. He literally, boom, got tossed into the fire. And it's just like his at-bats have just been so good. I knew once he was back in that lineup, it was going to create something different for Vladdy and Alejandro Kirk. And they were going to be able to, you know, if you're not pitching to Vladdy, you got to pitch to Bo and vice versa. So I think it's just everyone has just done their part. And George going down it was a big loss, but I don't think this team, they just probably looked at each other and said, okay, who's the next man up? Let's go. And I feel like that's been the theme of this team all season long.
Ricky, how complex would the mental game or the adjustment game be versus Yamamoto again? He went 9. He was almost unhittable. Is he thinking, I'm going to be one step ahead of what these guys think of what's going to be their adjustment? Or what's the approach from the pitcher standpoint and what you think the hitters are going to try to do and what Yamamoto's going to do to counter? Or does he do nothing and just do the same thing?
I think it's going to be their toughest challenge yet. Obviously, we've seen what Yamamoto did against them Game 2, and we saw what Yamamoto did against the Brewers, right? I mean, he's carrying such a hot streak right now. And I think the mindset has to be, all right, what is the type of adjustments that we have to make against him? And can we get him on an off day? Can we punish his mistakes? Because at times, no starting pitcher is perfect. Nobody's pinpointing every single pitch. So it's a matter of Blue Jays hitters taking advantage of that one mistake that he does make. I mean, we saw it, for example, last night with Blake Snell. I mean, he left one fastball up to Vladdy. The first pitch is a get. Like that's, you throw that one in your back pocket and you say, all right, you tip your hat. He ambushed me. He got me. But Vladdy's fastball was up and in, and Vladdy just beat him. And I think it's just punishing those mistakes and having that mindset that, okay, he is human. I mean, a lot of people didn't think the Blue Jays had a chance against Shohei Ohtani, and they made him work. And I think if it's one thing that this Blue Jay lineup has is that they make you work for every single out. Just watching them last night, it's like exhausting because you're just like, man, you have them with 2 strikes. They foul a pitch off. They foul another pitch off. And the next thing you know, you're 7-8 pitches deep. You look up at the scoreboard, you're at 80 pitches through 4 innings, and you're like, whoa, okay. Like, so they know how to work the count. And, Yamamoto is going to be the type of guy that's going to throw strikes. He's going to be in the zone. But the question is, can they punish his mistakes?
Well, we'll find out tomorrow night. Everyone can relax a little bit for at least a day, right? Everyone can breathe today, and then tomorrow we gear back up. Ricky, it's an honor to have you on, man. Great pleasure. We really appreciate you doing this. Enjoy Game 6 tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There he is, Ricky Romero, joining us from L.A. Grew up a Dodgers fan.
I thought he was a great interview.
Awesome guy.
He was.
Yeah, awesome guy. And he knows it, man. He's been there. He's done it. And his connection to Toronto, obviously drafted by the Jays, high draft pick, 6th overall.
Yeah.
And, he's flying up to Toronto, and that's a cool breakdown like that. Schneider, first pitch, and then the third pitch just completely shut that stadium down. And it is a massive park. That's like it's tied 2-2.
Dude, imagine you on the mound, how easily you get frazzled. You would be so mad and so upset.
Mm-hmm. Snapping.
You'd be looking to yell at Doogie and JP somewhere.
Snapping about something. And yet Snell's got to own it. Snell threw the pitches. They stepped up, and they were aggressive. He threw fastballs.
Dude, he threw 112 more pitches after that nonsense.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. He kept going. He kept going. And
dude, that Enrique Iglesias, when he went in there, he was a wild human, man.
Dominguez, 3 wild pitches.
That monster, Dave Roberts hated that guy's gut so bad. Wow, apparently saw something he liked during that marathon game. He's like, you know what, I'm going to go back to Enrique Iglesias. He went in there, and he was tossing that ball all over the yard.
Yeah, Edgardo Henriquez.
He was Wild Thing up there, man. He had some glasses.
He was throwing smoke, but it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, Barger, man. Barger took 2nd, 3rd, and home on wild pitches in the 7th inning last night.
Better teach this kid some control before he kills somebody.
It was Nuke LaLoosh. That's what he was.
Yeah, that was Roberts last night. You're right, man. LaLoosh. He was. Yeah. But the Jays made him pay.
Yeah.
Jays made him pay. Barger walks, and he goes, I'll take 2nd. Okay, I'll take 3rd. All right, I'll take home. No problem. So, yeah, we come back to Toronto for Game 6 tomorrow night. It is going to be quite something down at the Rogers Center. Apparently, Scotiabank Arena is having a watch party, which
Really?
What is the purpose of that?
Money.
Dude, I think it's cool.
Well, of course it's money, but
money. Come in. We'll open our concessions.
yeah, come on down and pay $30 for a beer. Come on down.
Exactly. Like
the Jays don't play there.
I know, but it's like, why not? We'll have the overflow. Come to Scotiabank.
Dude,
imagine
trying to get into some type of like pub. Like, it would be scary.
Wouldn't you rather be at a pub, though, than sitting in the purples at Scotiabank?
No, I'd rather be 10 feet away from where I'm sitting right now is my couch.
That's valid, too. I hear you. I'll be on the roof tomorrow night, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to be in a trailer outside. That's where they're going to be.
It may be revoked passes tomorrow. All right, Luke's coming up. Ryan Strome was there last night. Ryan Strome, a big Jays fan, obviously
big
from
fan
Toronto.
of yours, too.
Okay, I like hearing that. So he's going to be looking for me in the movie, or the cameo in the movie. And we've got some answers here on maybe who would play Keegan. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050 and on TSN 2. All right, Ryan Strome coming up. Luke Wilson coming up as well. Best bet still to come. Might sneak in a Deer Hazy B as well. I mean, we did that basically at 4 o'clock to start the show. Yeah. But I think we might have to circle back on that. And we got Game 6 tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy downtown because of Halloween, because of the Rogers Center. Now Scotiabank, if they do get 10, 15,000 people in that building, that just adds to it. Yeah. It's going to be crazy down there tomorrow.
But let me ask you this. Like, if me and Noodles in our group chat, we said, hey, got a couple seats, you want to go to the watch? Like, would you ever go to a watch party?
Ever would I do that. No, I wouldn't personally. I would, if I'm not in the stadium, which I am lucky enough, I'll be able to be there. I can't wait. I would for a big game, I like to be at home because I just like to be in my element. I just kind of want to.
What about this kicker? Free food and booze.
Possibly, I would think about it.
You'd still say no.
I probably wouldn't go. I probably wouldn't. You know, I could do a bar or something, a buddy's place. You know, I'd be fine with that, like that level of experience. I couldn't imagine being at Scotiabank, like what if you get, you're in a middle seat? It's just, I don't know. What's that going to look like? What's that going to feel like?
So you're going to feel like what you're doing is you're watching it, and if they win, you go out on the street there with all the other
which
people.
Would be incredibly cool. Would be incredibly cool. All right, you sold me. It should be a blast tomorrow night. Yeah. All right, hour 2 coming up. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 2.
This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
I need you to hold on.
Hour 2 OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel, bringing you everything from the opening line to the final score. Luke Wilson later in the hour. Best bet still to come. Game 6, World Series tomorrow night. And I'll tell you, man, I was getting my kids' skates sharpened today. Teamtown Sports out by me. The amount of people in there buying Blue Jays gear, hats, hoodies, shirts. Like, I went in there, again, for the purpose of just getting skates sharpened. I got my own skates sharpened. I'm like, all right, we're on the ice this week. And then I got roped in. Because I called my wife, and she goes, well, grab me a hoodie. I'm like, all right, I'll get you a hoodie. Want a T-shirt? Yeah, throw on a T-shirt.
It has to say World Series on it?
No, she just wanted Blue Jays. She just said, get me a Blue Jays hoodie. I want to wear it tonight, wherever she's going. And then there was a World Series T-shirt that was kind of cool. Threw that into the mix. Like, anything else? Kids? Anything for the kids? I'm like, I guess I can figure that out. Like, the Jays merch right now is just sparks are flying off it.
My wife would do the same thing. Give me the Blue Jays hoodie, and then after this was all over, never see the hoodie again. Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have. I'm surprised.
I don't know if we will or not.
Oh, you usually make those phone calls. Like,
I'm done with it.
You haven't called Keegan and be like, grab me that, grab me what you're wearing on the field there, that XL.
You're not putting in ass. What about to Ryan Strome? Strome's out there in L.A. You could ask Ryan. Maybe he could have grabbed something from Dodger Stadium for you last night.
Yeah,
possibly.
I don't know. I'm not asking. I'm done with asking all that stuff. I got too much stuff. I'm done with it.
Not asking anymore.
No.
That's a big change. That's a big change, man. That's growth. I appreciate that. Well, there was a Toronto guy, a Mississauga guy in the house last night. We just talked to Ricky Romero last hour. Ricky's from L.A., grew up a Dodger fan, but then drafted, played for the Jays. Now he's a Blue Jay fan. Our next guest, playing for the Anaheim Ducks, of course, but I believe a big Blue Jay fan. Did he have it in him to rock Blue Jay gear last night at Dodger Stadium? Let's bring him in from the Anaheim Ducks. There's Ryan Strome. Ryan, what kind of gear were you wearing last night?
Jays, 100%. 100%.
Yes.
You know what? It's funny.
Like
you guys
jersey and hat?
I couldn't go jersey. I didn't have it here. It was at home. So I just went stores in the stadium to try to find something without the Dodgers on it that said World Series. It was like, I'm like, there's 2 runners on here. Like, we're in a store right now. Like, let's get to the seats. So it was, I know how you guys feel about the merchandise right now. It's a real thing.
Oh, it's a huge thing, man. And if they win, then it gets crazy, right?
Then you got to get one.
You have to. You have to. Like, what would you be looking for, Ryan? Like, what do you feel like you need to get the Jays win the World Series?
I mean, I got 3 really nice T-shirts last night. I think it was like $220 for 3 T-shirts, just Jays and Dodgers on it. I could not find anything else that was like, I didn't want just a Dodgers logo or anything like that. So, you know, it was great though too. Like the people in the concession stand saw my hat. I'd be like, hey, do you have anything without the Dodgers logo? The guy was like, no chance. I look around, it's right beside me. It was like unreal. Like I couldn't appreciate that angle more from those guys.
What did you get fired up the most about? Was it like the start of the game? Were you there for the start of the game? Was it the pitching, Yesavage? Like, what got you jacked up the most last night?
It's funny you ask because I don't know if I've ever seen like this the anthem at a sporting event like ever. I'm never early. Like I'm never really that excited. You know, we do it all the time, right? So it's, you know, it's kind of whatever. And I get there early for this one. I'm fired up. I'm in the seats. And the anthem, did you guys see it on TV? The guy butchered the whole thing.
Yeah, terrible.
Awful.
So
Terrible.
I'm up there like booing, and I got a Jays hat on, and the people are looking like, why is the guy booing the anthem? and then the first pitch they hit a home run, and now I'm back on my feet. I'm looking around to try to find a few allies because I'm like, if this goes south here, like I got to know where my allies are in the crowd here. So it was great. It was like, you know what the best part about it was, as a road fan, it couldn't have been a better game because like they only got excited one time. Like they had the single home, the solo homer. Other than that, there was nothing to cheer for them at all. So it was smooth sailing the whole way. It was a great game behind enemy lines. So it was great.
That's cool. I that's where I was going to go. Like, obviously you're on the road, you know the building, all of that type of stuff, but are those fans known as unruly? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, were you concerned at all wearing the hat? Or for the most part, like you say, you're looking around and you potentially have allies, but that's not a building where you know, like, remember Oakland where the Raiders used to play? Like, people,
crazy.
you don't wear stuff going in there. You don't go into some of these buildings, but is that one, Dodger Stadium, you feel like it would be somewhat safe to wear the away stuff?
It's so funny you say that because I went to the game with Ross Johnson, so I'm like, you know what? I have everything I need right now. That if something goes bad here, I got the big man here, and I'm okay. So you know what though? I couldn't. To my surprise, maybe it's because they had nothing to cheer for. The people were like unbelievable. Like there was no like security guard. There's no one. There's not even an usher at the thing for your seats. I'm like, in Toronto, people would be sneaking around, and it'd be like, and everything was really orderly. I mean, I'm not sure if it was just like. Because they had nothing to cheer for, and it was kind of like a lull for a home fan, but it was like super calm and super peaceful. I mean, there was a guy that had a few cocktails in him in front of me that was a Jays fan that he was getting some ugly looks, but for the most part, like, you know, I think people go there and they support their team, and as long as you're not going completely over the top, I think that, I mean, I was also sitting a little lower to the field. I mean, maybe if you get a little higher, it gets a little squirrely with some of the fans, but that's probably the way it should be though.
Absolutely, man. Game 5 of the World Series. You know, Dodger fans, they're there to cheer for their team. They know it. It seemed like there were a fair amount of Blue Jay fans there, and we're chatting with Ryan Strome. He was in the house at Dodger Stadium last night. But Hollywood, like, it just has such a different vibe to it because of the celebrities. Like, did you find yourself, you know, looking around, especially if you're in the lower bowl. Like, who did Mary Hart behind home plate?
That old codger, he got hurt.
He got smoked.
Dude,
right?
He got hit with a foul ball, that old guy.
Yeah, Mary's husband, I think. She didn't even flinch. Like, Mary's like, get up, come on, it's game
Dude,
5
that
of
ain't
the
her
World
husband.
Series.
That guy's 30 years older than Mary Hart.
Yeah,
That's
he's
not right.
100.
Dude, Mary Hart's 72.
Yeah, he's 100 though. That guy, he was.
Well, who is that guy then?
He didn't know where he was. He got hit by the ball. It woke him up, I think. That guy was.
I might have woken him up. But what kind of like celebrities were you seeing last night? Did you ever head on a swivel or what?
Honestly, like I hate to say it, and like I'm, as a professional athlete, it feels weird to say I was like so into the game and like so into the moment of like I might never see a sporting event like Game 5 of the World Series with your favorite team, like in a a crazy game in Dodger Stadium. Like you might never go to a sporting event like that again in your life. So I was just trying to like soak it all in and just like just enjoy it. I wasn't really looking around too much. If anything, looking over my shoulder a little bit with the Jays hat on, and we all had like the Jays gear. But other than that, like we were just kind of in our own little world. And what a great stadium, though. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but like to walk up to the field, it's like to the stadium. Sorry, there's a massive hill, and then all of a sudden this like cathedral like building. It's unbelievable. Like it was. I mean, obviously the win and like the way it went down was like just a cherry on top. But what a great setting for a sporting event. And I was at a loss for words like on the way home. It was a great night and an iconic venue as well.
Stromer, you've been a part of so many hockey games in the NHL, and when the tides turn, whether it be in a playoff series or in an individual game. Did you get the sense that the Dodgers looked frazzled? I know Mookie Betts said he sucked after the game. I know Dave Roberts looked pissed in the dugout. Did you get the sense that, the Jays might be taking control and the Dodgers might be a little frazzled, or what was your sense of the whole thing?
Totally. You could hear a pin drop. Other than when Ohtani's warm-up or walk-up song was on, it was quiet as could be. They had nothing to cheer for. It was almost crazy. We almost felt bad, parts of the game, cheering as road fans. There was no momentum. There was no, they could barely hit the ball past the infield. It was just it was just pure domination. And it's a big stadium, but obviously it's outdoors, so there's not that echoing sound. It was very nervous energy. People were pissed off. It was like I said, for a road fan, it was awesome. But I don't know. I feel like when the Jays came out after the 18th inning loss and they just put a beating on, it was almost a little bit they weren't discouraged at all. And I think, as a fan of the team and as a sports fan, I think the thing that the Jays have done this year is they've just sucked everybody in. I think a lot of us didn't really believe in them at times, and they've kind of just proven it to us with the way they play. And as a fan, there's nothing more you can ask for. They don't strike out. Barger's base on balls, they're just putting pressure on them the whole game and getting extra bases any way they can. And I think in the last time the Jays were on a run, I think 2016, they were a long ball team, and I think everybody was kind of desperate for a team that had a little bit of this in them. And as a fan, it's great to watch, and it's great to see them be successful. And the group of guys, I don't know any of them, but it generally seems like they love being Blue Jays and they love each other. And it's great to see because, those teams, you can root for those guys all day and it's easy to get on their side. There's no doubt.
Yeah, they're a very likable team for sure. How is you got to work tomorrow night, so how's your routine going to be as far as, listen, you got to focus and play and try and get a game and have a game for yourself, but is it going to be scoreboard watching in between periods, or what's your thought process there?
No, I'm not playing tomorrow. I tweaked my oblique, so I'm feeling what George Springer might be feeling a little bit right now. So it's so I was absolute green light to go to the game. There was nothing holding me back. It was sometimes you got to be a little bit you got to be cautious. You got to pick your spots. But so I actually just came off a road trip and they let me fly down for the rookie party. So I got off the plane, 30-minute shower right to Dodger Stadium from a full travel day from Fort Lauderdale. So I've had a unbelievable week in terms of just making sure that the mental health's in a good state before getting back in the lineup here. But no, it's nice. You get to, it's not every day your team's playing in LA and the stars aligned, and it was great.
Well, what's the group chat with the Strome brothers? The guy, everyone back home. What's that like? You're in enemy territory there. You're obviously playing for the Ducks, but you're in Southern California. I'm sure everyone back home in the GTA is asking you, what's the vibes like down there What are the group chats like when the Jays are playing?
Well, actually, my dad just sent a text to me and my brothers, and I guess if the Jays go to Game 7, my brother plays in Buffalo, and he goes, "Would you be upset if I missed the game?" And we're like, "Are you kidding me? Game 7 on your couch? Like, there's nothing beating that versus driving down to Buffalo for a November regular season hockey game." But no, it's an exciting time. I think that, like I said, it's a likable team, and people in Toronto are obviously just desperate for a championship team, and the Jays are like I find that the Jays are a great rallying point for the city. I feel like everybody gets behind them. It's summertime. It's a little bit of a lull, and people go down and they support the team through and through, and they've done it even in some of the dark days. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see them doing well, and like I said, just a likable group of guys. I mean, they're a good baseball team, and Game 6 of the World Series in Toronto. I mean, I can't even imagine what that barn's going to be like. It's going to be just rocking.
It's going to be crazy. It's Halloween, obviously. Downtown on a Halloween night, too. It's going to be bedlam.
No, there's weddings tomorrow night, I think. There's big weddings.
I hope not.
Dude,
I hope not.
About, man.
Gothic weddings.
Goth-themed weddings tomorrow. They don't even know that Jays exist. If you're going to a goth-themed wedding, I think you probably have an understanding. That game's not going to be on, but man, it's going to be crazy. It'll be crazy, and you'll obviously be there watching the Ducks play. But I'm sure, what do you got, the live stream going? Like, what's the plan? What's the game? 10 p.m. puck drop tomorrow night, so you can get the first 2 hours of the ball game in without any concern. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, you could multitask in the press box. I mean, I've been lucky enough not to miss. I've been lucky enough not to miss too many games, so I do enjoy going up there every once in a while and getting a different perspective. But obviously, I'm going to be following pretty closely. I mean, it's just a good time for the city. I mean, and the best part about it too is, like, I love seeing everyone's predictions before the series. Like, no chance, Dodgers in 4, and now everybody's just obviously turning their opinions a little bit. It's nice to see. I think it's a look into how the Jay season has gone. No one's believed in them the whole way, and they've just, like, with their play and their grittiness and their heart and stuff, I think they've got everyone on their side. And it'll be exciting. I mean, the city deserves it, and I don't know if I'd be going down to Scotiabank Place to watch the game necessarily myself, but I can't imagine there's going to be too many TVs not turned on for that.
Would you be watch party guy or no?
No.
Like, what if your dad and your brother said, "Hey, let's go to the watch party"? What do you say?
You, like, let me know how it is. Enjoy. Like, I'm at home. I'll have a watch party, like, with my friends and whoever wants to come to my house, like on my couch. No chance. No chance.
You go to the Loose Moose or something around the corner and watch it with a bunch of fans. Like,
right.
That's what you do. I mean, honestly, Ryan, we haven't gotten into a friend of the show is Q, your coach. I mean, he would have his eye on that too.
He's
Q
a Windsor boy. He loves the Jays, man. I'll bet you he loves the Jays.
He loves everything. So I guarantee he might have a horse eye on the TV while he's coaching.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on him about that tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna see where his mindset is. So no, I mean, look, everybody. I mean, it's a rallying point for everybody, right? I mean, there's one team in Canada. And that's the way it should be. Everyone should support the team. And, it's a great thing, too. I mean, there's so many good storylines. I mean, there's the Ohtani storyline. There's just, like, the underdog thing. They're comparing the salaries of the players. I mean, it's just too good to be true right now. So hopefully they can kind of put a bow on this thing, and they deserve it. I mean, it's been unreal to watch. And sometimes you got to pinch yourself that, like, we're getting to see this. You talk about this for, like, years, and you follow the team and whatever. And it's, you got it on in your living room in July and August or whatever. And then to get to a moment like this, and, it's been awesome. And it's been, 10 out of 10 as a fan, and to see it live was unbelievable.
Yeah, it would have been incredible last night. And it'll be awesome tomorrow night. There's no questioning that. And Saturday, if it has to get to that point, Game 7 Saturday night. He is Ryan Strome. He was in the house last night, big Blue Jay fan. Always appreciate you doing this. Thank you, Ryan. We'll do it again soon.
Thanks, boys. Go Jays.
Go Jays. There he is, Ryan Strome, the Anaheim Ducks. Good Toronto boy, Mississauga boy.
Yeah,
I love
seems
it.
like he's got a great perspective
Awesome
on the
guy.
Jays.
Yeah. Well, I have such an appreciation for a guy that's like, I'm locked in. Like, I'm going to the game. I'm locked in. I'm going to bask in this. I'm going to have an appreciation for this. Because if you go to Dodger Stadium in July, you want to walk around. You're people watching. It's whatever. The final score is somewhat irrelevant. You're just a tourist. This is the World Series. Like, you're hanging on every single pitch, and that's what's been amazing about, being down at these games. Game 1 against the Yankees was like that. Game 1, people have been on their toes for a month, and that's what, we always hear, like, go on a run, go on a run, go on a run. And you dream of it as just, a part of the city. As a sports fan, you dream of these runs, the ones you heard about in 92 and 93, and the Leafs in 93 and 94, the Leafs in 99 and 02, and the Raptors in 19. It's so rare. Like, it's very, very rare, and you're right in the eye of the storm right now.
Dude, don't kid yourself, Hazy. There will be a bunch of, I would guess, I don't know how many, but I would guess that there would be a bunch of Toronto Rays guys in professional sports, maybe in the NHL, that are taking private birds in tomorrow if they don't have a game, and out right after and back for practice. Like, I would bet a bunch of them would be going to the game.
And the best part is they might wear a beard and a mustache, so they don't get spotted.
They'll have a ball cap, shades on, and a hoodie, but they'll be there.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
We can't have that if that Drake shows up with a Blue Jay jersey on, that guy, we can't keep him out of the building.
He'll be there 100%. I'd be
Don
shocked
Bosco
if he's not
jacket
there.
On, his Rob Ford jacket.
Yeah, his Robbie Ford jacket. I wonder if Bieber will fly up. Like, he flew up for Game 7 against Florida. It didn't go well for Bieber. I wonder if he'll fly up. The Bills are at home. I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Allen snuck in. Like, I wouldn't be shocked at all. The Bills come up to Toronto all the time.
There'll be a bunch of people in hoodies and ball caps and shades on that you have no idea that are in pro sports that are just going under the radar, trying to anyway.
The sneak in. Yeah, you want to. It's a sneak in maneuver for sure.
And it's a big enough building you can hide, right? You're not jammed in, and the camera has to be on you or whatever, unless you're sitting in Mary Hart's spot.
Yeah, Mary doesn't. But here's the thing: if that guy isn't there with Mary Hart, who's she there with? Like, I don't think she's got a solo seat. I don't think Mary shows. She's got to have two seats.
Dude, if you see any highlight from the Dodgers, Mary Hart sits right behind home plate every
single game. Every single game. Larry King used to be back there. Remember how much he would throw? I'd be watching him like, I can't take my eyes off Larry King.
Larry King. That's right. He'd be back there all the time.
Right behind home plate.
He was a fixture. You're right. But we have in Toronto, we have that muscle guy.
Yes, we do.
Whatever that guy is, we got to figure out.
We got the bodybuilder guy.
The Instagram model, who, and there was two of them last
seats
game.
Are going for crazy prices, though.
10 G's for a pair.
Yeah, I've heard, like, for a box, it's like, $50,000 plus. In Game 7, it'll be even more. Yeah, no, I know. But I'm like, the different companies that have access to the boxes, there's only so much you can gouge.
I think it'd be a box would be a hunch. I think $100,000.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's out of my ballpark. I'm not sure what it would cost.
It's more than $100,000 for a box?
In the World Series, I would say so.
You think so?
You were just talking about tickets. Going for $10,000.
That's
right?
Secondary market, though, Noodles. I'm saying buying from the team. Like, the team, like, they have relationship with these companies.
They'll still try to gouge you, man.
I don't know, man, because, like, in 3 or 4 years, this team could win 68 games, and they got to go back to that company and say, you coming down? And they're going to say, remember when you charged me $150,000? Yeah. Actually, I'm not coming down.
Send us some numbers if you've got numbers, people.
There will be some large numbers being thrown around. This is, keep in mind, this is the World Series. This is, like, you even tickets, those players, for example, I remember going to a Stanley Cup final and had buddies on the team and said, can you leave me 2 COD? What you get, what you have to pay for your friends and family. It's like $700 each. Like, that's sticker price. That was for the Stanley Cup. I'm talking World Series. I think it's for a box.
But that's through the team, dude. You're not getting it off, StubHub or something like that.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Again, maybe I'm out of my lane.
I might be wrong. I have no idea. And I'm never. It's never going to matter to me.
People. Send us some numbers.
I hope there is one thing better. Anthem singer. Just go and sing or play an organ. Just stop it. It's ridiculous what's going on.
The anthems, both of them. The last couple of anthem singers have been horrendous. Yeah. And it's so embarrassing, and it's frustrating. Like, it's our anthem, and they're butchering it. Although Tim just tweeted in This guy's got to be related to this Rufus character, Rufus Wainwright. Who is that guy? I don't know who that is. Like everyone seemed to
the
know.
Guy with the jerseys?
Dude, I thought it was Adam Wainwright because he sang the anthem at one of the Cardinals games. I guess he's some kind of singer.
No, Rufus Wainwright. He sang it last night. Tim tweeting and saying, "Hilarious that the four of you disliked Rufus Wainwright singing the anthem."
Never heard of the guy. Never heard of the guy.
He goes,
Sorry.
"I like you and your show, but A, Rufus is more talented than all of you combined."
Well, he didn't show it last night. He was dog, you know what.
Yes, and B,
He's
that's how
garbage.
you sing an anthem. Apparently, Tim is claiming that Rufus nailed the notes last night.
What is that? Rufus's ghost account?
Stay in your lane. This is Rufus. I think he's got a
Rufus
ghost
to send
account.
us a note. And then the other guy got political and changed the words. Just stop it. Just sing the song
Exactly.
and move on.
Sing the
Like,
song. It's not exactly.
ridiculous.
Sing the song the way it's supposed to be sung.
Yeah.
And just get out of the way, please. Like that's got to be the plan.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I never thought we'd have Rufus Wainwright with a ghost account coming at us, but
I got it. Well, you know
here
what?
we are.
We got to figure out who this guy is. Rufus Wainwright. Well,
Sorry, who is he, JP? Are you? He's had 11 albums out. Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I was surprised by how many people
JP,
knew him.
don't even act like you like the guy.
I mean, maybe it's JP's favorite
he's
guy.
52 years old, so we should know it. I mean, that's my age. He's in my. I should know this guy.
What does he have a famous song? Like,
I'm sure he does. You're
anything
not
we
just
could
pulling a guy off the street and going.
Well, I didn't know
you're
who the other
Canadian,
guy
come
was.
sing with us."
Who was the other guy? The guy that changed
No
the
idea.
lyrics. I'd never heard of that guy before. I don't know who
but
that guy is.
We're not in the loop with some of the.
Well, I guess in L.A., you'd think they could fire up some. Like, I thought the anthems in Toronto were phenomenal on both sides. Like, the Game 1 anthems were phenomenal. They had the choir out there. It was awesome. Like, it was so well done. It was very classy.
Okay, so I'm looking up Rufus Wainwright right now. November 3rd, he's playing at Salona Beach. He's playing at a place called the Belly Up Tavern. So it's not like he's selling out theater,
No business
selling
being
out
at that
arenas
building.
and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
I mean, maybe we're wrong on him. but-
Maybe he's a superstar. I don't know. Maybe that's our bad. Apologies to Rufus Wainwright.
Yeah, we owe him an apology.
We owe
That's
him an
what it is.
apology. And Perry Lefko tweeting in. Perry's a legend. He said, Mary Hart's husband is a famous music producer, Bert Sugarman.
So that was her husband, old Bert?
Bert took one square. Bert took one square in the pills last
The sugar
night.
plums. Bert Sugar Plums.
Yeah. Bert was not
Sugar
prepared.
plums.
He was so pissed off. Like,
yeah. He was. You would be, too. Like, who would ever think you're getting hit by a ball the first row?
Yeah.
You know,
He
like
took-
that was-
Sugar Plums was buried in some French fries. He was not even looking.
Yeah, game was over, and you could tell Mary was like, let's go here. You know, like the ball game's on. We're in a deficit. It's game 5.
Yeah.
Figure it out, Sugarman.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Poor guy.
All right. Luke's coming up. Luke Wilson. I'm sure he's a Dodger fan now, right? He was a Mariner fan, Yankee fan,
yeah.
probably a
traitor.
Dodger fan. And the Thursday nighter tonight, Lamar's back. It's a big spread. Ravens, Dolphins tonight. Owen Wilson on the clock. Flip your
Do
coin.
or die. Do or die.
Flip
And
your
we might have
coin.
a surprise for you.
Okay, that's coming up. We'll catch up with Luke, and we'll do that next.
Saturday on TSN 1050. Your Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Hear it all on TSN 1050. The Leafs live here. Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, this might have to be it for bands from L.A. I don't think we can play Van Halen anymore. This is it.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is it. No more L.A. bands between now and first pitch tomorrow night.
Hip only.
Yes. Yes. Rufus Wainwright only between now and first pitch tomorrow night. Right? Only CanCon the rest of the way. All right, Luke's coming up. He's a little bit late, which is concerning to me because I think he's in a really dark place. Luke Wilson. Very, very dark place.
Well, what
I
is
can
it?
tell
Like
you from
plus
chatting
8?
with him today
Yeah, plus
that
8.
he's not. He's not in a dark place. We just have to regroup and rethink things, and
Well, the group chat was not good the other night because Luke was like, we'll be okay. And then I think somebody sent a meme saying it's over, doing the Vince Carter thing. And
that was me. That was frustration. I was like, plus 8, it's game over.
It's over. Game over. It's over.
But didn't you and your buddy there have a comeback from about the same deficit like last year?
Last year, man. We were dead in the water through 5 or 6 weeks. We could not pick a winner for the lives of us. Like, we couldn't see the board, and then we got red hot. You guys started to stumble, right? And the thing is, when the other guy starts chasing you and you start missing a couple, there's some uncertainty that creeps in. Right, you get a little bit nervous about what could happen, and you don't want to blow a lead, and we have a big one right now.
What would you say it needs to get to where it's actually kind of game over? We'd like to keep people interested.
I'd say a couple of touchdowns, wouldn't you?
No, I mean,
like
8-0. Like 8-0 is tough, but if it gets to 10, if it's a 10 or 12, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, if it's like plus 14, we could basically just put our feet up and it's over. I mean, you guys are not going to catch us.
Al's brother is so overconfident, though. Like, I could see him stumbling. Like, he's a guy that I think gets ahead of himself. Like, he
does. He does.
And if you guys got up a dozen or something like that, I could see him making a misstep and you having to put him in his place, Hayes. Like, that's the thing.
I hope that doesn't happen. I'm hopeful that doesn't happen, but that's why you play the games. Right, it's early. We're locked in, Noodles. Like Al's brother and I, we're dialed in. We're ready to go. We've got a winner's mentality, kind of like the Blue Jays do right now. And these guys are like the Raptors and the Leafs combined.
Yeah, I'm the Raptors, and my partsy is the Leafs.
Yeah, very concerning. Why can't they all be great right now? And if you're a Toronto sports fan, you're not complaining because you got the Jays. It's incredible. They're Game 6 of the World Series. They're up 3-2.
From all the time I've been doing this, I think there was one time where the Leafs were dialed in, the Raps were dialed in, and the Jays were dialed in. I can remember you saying it, Hayes, like, what a time to be a Toronto sports fan. You look at this and you look at but that's it.
Yeah,
there was only one time.
Yeah. It's very difficult. Like, I don't know how many cities have the luxury of 3 teams, all being great. Yeah. We're all competing for championships.
And it wasn't that this time of year, if I can remember correctly. It was the flip side. It was in the spring.
Right. The Raptors and the Leafs were in the playoffs, and the Jays came out red hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Listen, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
And
it's
right
not
now,
Boston. It's not Boston.
Boston's the one outlier.
Yeah.
Boston's the one outlier where they had a 20-year run where you just knew the next team was going to win or be competitive.
Yeah.
And again, if you're the Leafs and you're the Raptors, it's still very early. It's October. The Leafs have played 11 games. The Raptors have played 5. So you have a lot of time. The Raptors have the luxury of more teams getting into the playoffs because 10 teams get into the East, right, and the West for that matter because of the play-ins, where the Leafs don't have that luxury. But even if you look at the standings, and like the Leafs, I was trying to think of it earlier this morning, like what positives they have going for them right now, and I really have a difficult time coming up with any. And it's way too early to take a look at the wild card race. But the Leafs are 1 point out of a wild card spot, right? Like they're tied in points with Florida, and Florida is in 3rd in the division. So they can figure it out. It just does not look very good. Tampa is right there where they're a point behind them. Tampa's got 10 points.
Everybody's jammed up. The problem is if we give it another 10 games and not talk for another 10 games, then you'll see either some separation or a team sort things out. But what we do, we break it down on a daily basis. What we've seen recently, we don't like, and that's fair. It's fair to talk about it. But, you've got to find a way. This is the concerning part for me on top of everything else is this is a very soft schedule for them. Very low.
How many playoff teams from last year have they played thus far this year? Think of it.
Well, very few, man.
One, isn't it? Montreal. Who else?
Montreal opening night, and
I don't know if they've played another one after that.
I did the numbers. 13 out of 16. 13 out of the first 16 games are against non-playoff teams. 11 out of 16 at home. So they have 5 road games. The first real challenge is November 9th, I believe, against Carolina.
The Devils. Did the Devils make it last year?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So, no, it's Montreal opening night, and they were the second wild card in the East.
Yeah.
Right. So
as layup of a layup as you can get to start the year.
Layup of a layup schedule. If you look at the first 11, a quality team would have a nice little record right now. And they don't.
You smell what the Win Wilson is cooking. Girl, you know it's true.
There he is, man. There's not confidence in this room, man. You're walking in here. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Rain, man. I got soaked outside.
I'm concerned, man. I'm concerned. And I got to be honest with you guys. There's other people that are concerned, too. I was down at the Jays game the other night, game 2. I left the park, and someone came by and said, how about the Jays? We start talking about the Jays, and as I'm leaving, he grabs my arm with like a concerning grab.
This is ridiculous.
And goes,
I don't know where it's going, but it's ridiculous.
And just goes, take it easy on Owen Wilson. Take it easy.
No.
They're trying
Was it my buddy
their hardest.
JP Morosi?
No, it wasn't JP, but he would be feeling that way. He said they're trying their hardest, and that's all that matters. And I said, we'll do our best to take it easy on you guys.
Parts.
What's wrong with you guys?
We're in trouble, man. But we
got to claw our way out of the darkness.
We do. We need to go on an Aaron Rodgers dark room kind of retreat.
I agree. And like I said, there's a lot of time left, Parts. We got a lot of time. We got to start clawing back, though. It starts tonight. We're down 8. There's nowhere to go here but up for us. We're going to get this one tonight. You're going to mess up the first game Sunday. And then, you know what? All of a sudden, we're rumbling.
Yeah?
We're humming.
So Lamar's back tonight.
Yep.
Like, kind of feels like the Ravens are still in the hunt a little bit. Like some positive mojo. They got a win last week.
Yeah.
They should win tonight.
Good win last week.
They should win tonight.
Yeah.
Lamar claiming he's 100%.
I would agree with that.
Yeah?
32 days on a hamstring injury is pretty, like the short end of a hamstring, you're looking at 21-ish. The very long end, you're looking at 35. Unless, it was an utter bloodbath, then you'd be on IR. So I think that they held him out for a decent amount of time. I think he's going to be full go.
Okay. Yeah, they're 2-5. But you look at the teams, in between them, Vegas, Cincinnati, Houston, Jacksonville.
Oh.
Like none of those teams are scaring you.
No.
But
also
possibly chasing the playoffs.
The Bengals and the Steelers have given life to this. Snoop Huntley last week finding a win. And then the Bengals and the Steelers have just puking all over themselves, have given life to the Ravens. Now, and I believe Lamar said it this week, but this is a must-win for them tonight.
Have to win this game.
Season's on the line tonight.
Dude, don't they have one win?
They have two
wins.
Because they beat the Bears, which we didn't cover on. Yes. But, again, I do worry about the defense. But with Lamar and Derrick Henry, this team should roll tonight.
Okay. All right.
We're taking them, baby.
Your pick? You're locking
We're taking them.
So they're laying 7.5. Is that what it's officially? That's the line, 7.5.
I don't love the line.
The big line.
I don't
on
love
the road.
line. And I'll be honest, the Ravens defense does scare me because it's always tough with Caleb Williams. You try and go back last week. You're like, oh, the Ravens defense looked better. And there's some things, that people are claiming they're doing. I don't think it's a big enough sample size yet. Kyle Hamilton's getting a little more involved. They're switching their personnel. But again, we'll see if they do that, if that was just kind of a weekly thing. The Caleb Williams situation, it's hard to put stock on. Man, they beat the Bears. And although the Bears' record is good this year, the Bears are still the Bears.
They're the Bears.
In my eyes. So,
yeah, of course.
I am slightly terrified that we get backdoored on this.
I could see a backdoor cover.
But
I could see Tua doing something crazy.
I can't come on the show right now, Parts.
Tua doing something
and
crazy.
Pick Tua and the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel and everything he's got going on there versus Lamar, who I truly do believe is at 100%. I can't do it.
What about the reports of McDaniel coaching for his job? Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard? There's no way that he could be coaching for his job, is there?
Right. It has to be lost by now. Is that what you're claiming? It's already been determined.
I mean, unless Miami goes on just an absolute Ernie Clement-style generational run, there's no – besides the fact that they look horrible, they've won 2 games, just all of the drama and the off-the-field stuff makes it 10x worse. So I would be shocked if he's brought back. Again, unless they end up – I think they're 2-5 right now. Do I have that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they end up 11-5 11-6, which I don't think is
0% chance. 0%. Chiefs Bills this weekend.
Ooh.
And we'll be picking that game tomorrow. We'll get to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But who needs to make a bigger statement?
Bills need to make
Is
a bigger
it Buffalo
statement.
at home?
Buffalo,
It has to be?
I mean, absolutely. You look at Buffalo, and obviously last week, run game was ripping. O-line looked great. James Cook obviously had a generational day. But that team has not looked great really all year until last week, and it was against the Carolina Panthers and Andy Dalton.
He was brutal that first couple drives. I couldn't believe it. Dude.
Brutal. Like, they don't have Andy Dalton rolling into town.
Just let Andy retire. Don't you think he's sitting there saying, really, you're going to employ me and play me again?
What's a bit weird.
Dalton, dude, come on.
Yes. Like, I do wonder with this stuff is like, and the same thing can be said with Cooper Rush. When Cooper Rush came in for the Ravens, I was like, oh, he's backed up. Dak Prescott had a good run there in Dallas. Mm-hmm. He'll be a very serviceable guy. He looked terrible. And Andy Dalton, I mean, he's played at this level. Like, I always wonder, what is the difference between, Kirk Cousins was another one, an awful performance. Andy Dalton last week versus Joe Flacco.
Right, exactly.
What makes Joe, like, Joe's now coveted. He's going around. He's winning games with the Bengals. Obviously, they lost last week. Not his fault. They scored a bunch of points. And I'm like, how come Andy Dalton can't come in and just be average? Carson Wentz, now, maybe there's an injury situation there.
He's done now for the year, I guess.
Totally. But there's a lot of guys where I'm like, man, you should be able to manage the football game.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like, you were a legitimate starter for quite some time on a good team.
Yeah.
Like, when he was in Cincinnati, they were a pretty good team. So, I don't know, but I'm with you. I think it's Buffalo. It's always going to be Buffalo until they win something in the playoffs. Like, the regular season win against Kansas City has always been the marquee win for them every single year.
Totally. And again, we can probably pull up New England's schedule, but I don't believe New England plays KC.
No, they have a soft schedule, relatively
very,
very
soft schedule.
Is there a chance, though, if Buffalo beats Kansas City in this game, that you go, okay, now they've exercised the demons, or no? Like, it's a regular season game.
Agreed.
Is there any way in your mind that if they have such a convincing win, you're like, they're through it? Or they have to do it in the playoffs?
Great
for
question.
You to believe?
But for me, just with that team, Noodles, just with KC, they have to do it in the playoffs. Because they've beat them in the regular season before.
Yeah, they seem to always beat them.
They have to do it in the regular season. But if I'm a Bills guy right now, back to this bigger statement, the way Drake May's playing, the soft schedule that New England has.
Only Tampa is who they really play the rest of the way.
And even Tampa.
And Buffalo, I believe, at home.
Is kind of banged up. The last couple of weeks, Tampa has not been the powerhouse at the beginning of the year. So if you get down 2 games to the Patriots, including one as the head-to-head, like, it's the way the Patriots are rolling, it might be kind of tough to catch them.
Yeah, I would answer it Bills. I would answer it Bills, but I would say it's not a stupid question because even though Kansas City's been to 3 straight Super Bowls, they started slow. I think everyone's waiting for the demise. If you go into Buffalo and beat them, I think it's a statement saying we're still the best team in the league.
I totally agree, man.
No one's better than us.
Yes.
I don't care about Philly,
take.
Green Bay, Buffalo. I don't care about anyone else.
Totally.
So there is a statement to be made by Kansas City, and I wouldn't be shocked if they made it.
And I would say, based on the last few weeks, it's trending that way, especially with Ed Olvero.
Mm-hmm.
The Ed Olvero
when you say statement, do you guys mean like blowout? You think the KC Chiefs
domination?
I don't picture a blowout. I don't
say,
think the Bills at home are like I don't think Allen allows that to happen.
No, I wouldn't say blowout, but more so you control the game from the first place.
Yes.
Okay, your run game for KC, that means their run game is good, not great. They're usually not a great run team, but it's there. They're averaging around 4 carry or something like that. Mahomes is spreading the ball around, and they have a lot of explosives in the pass game. On defense, they created turnover and are in Josh Allen's face, at least making it tough. Make Josh beat you by being Superman. If they come out and kind of do that for the majority of 4 quarters and get, let's call it a 10-point win.
That's a statement.
That's a statement.
On the road in Buffalo, that's a big statement.
That's not gonna, you said it. It'd be very hard against Josh Allen.
Yeah, it will be. They'll be up for it. The Bills get up for it, man. McDermott gets them up for this game. All right, buddy. You guys are on the Ravens. You need it tonight. Got to have this cover.
Listen.
Got to have it.
When we cover this thing, just know we're locking in.
Okay.
I'm crunching stats now. I'm back to young guy. Young guy
Yeah?
Luke when we came in here.
Yeah.
Just
Rookie?
the rookie Luke is back now. We got to claw out of
You're inspired by Al's brother. Look
Lock
at that.
in. That's the key. That's
I'll be honest, though, if
Al's
you look
brother.
at that on the banner, you guys have gotten very lucky on your coin flips. When they put the banner of both records, I believe you guys are 15-9-1. We all know that that's going to end up at 500. You guys are a 500 team.
No.
Pete Carroll used to say, he said this about Rick Barry. Remember that he was the guy who shot the grenade shots?
Yeah, of course.
One of the coolest things Rick Barry ever said was, if I miss my first, I'm a 60% shooter. If I miss my first 10 shots, the thought process in my head is look out because he's going to make his 60%.
The next 10 are going in.
Yeah. Going in.
Absolutely.
And that's what's going on right now.
Okay.
But the opposite. You guys are 50% guys. You're
So we're going to flip
15-9.
back? Is that what you're saying?
You're going to miss 6 straight.
50% everything. Looking, thought process, everything.
100% chemistry. 100% chemistry between Al's brother and I.
They're just 50% people all around.
Well, 50% is good enough with where you guys are at.
I guess.
Again, you're under 500.
Listen, we're 60% strike callers, so look out.
All right, look out. All right, starts tonight. Big number, man. Always been a Tua guy. Always been a Tua guy. Love Tua on a short week at home. Love him. All right, good luck tonight.
Can't wait.
All right, buddy. There he is, Luke Wilson. How's the show going? Everything's going well?
Yeah. Ricky Romero was our last guy.
I know. We had him on today. We're piggybacking off you. Sorry, we're throwing Joe from the bridge. He was going to get you off the screen. He can't wait to get you off the screen.
Great guy. Unbelievable
Awesome guy, Ricky.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. Check it out.
What do you guys, you think Jay's in 6? Jay's in 7?
I do. I kind of feel like Jay's in 6.
You think they'll get the Yamamoto?
I think they can get the Yamamoto.
I think Jay's in 7. I think Yamamoto deals.
Man, that'll be nerve-wracking on Saturday night if it goes to Game 7.
Real quick, I don't know
Who the hell's
baseball
pitching
stuff.
Game 7?
That was my
Well,
question.
it'll be Scherzer against Glasnow.
For sure?
Like it hasn't been officially announced. Scherzer scares you a little bit. Again, the second time through, but Glasnow, they got after him. Like Glasnow will start for the Dodgers, I would presume. I mean,
is there any world where Ohtani throws in short rest?
That is possible that Ohtani would get the ball Game 7.
That would scare me a little bit.
That would be a little bit scary.
I don't think it can be Scherzer, guys. I think he's packed it in for the year.
The way he was acting in the dugout last night.
I don't think he's going in Game 7.
Yeah.
He looked like he was done for the season.
I think it's got to be Bieber on short rest.
Like his glove. He doesn't even have a glove in the stadium.
He shipped his equipment to the summer home.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we'll see how it plays out.
All right. Sounds good.
Luke Wilson. All right. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 2. All right, Best Bets powered by FanDuel. The FanDuel Sportsbook app, the exclusive home of the OverDrive same-game parlay. Please play responsibly, 18+, physically located in Ontario. I'm going to lay the points as well. I think Luke and Owen Wilson are on to something here. Going to lay the points, Ravens 7.5. Lamar Jackson, 225-plus yards passing tonight. Lamar, 30-plus yards rushing. If he's 100%, Lamar's going to go off tonight. And he's going to prove it. And he's going to scramble, and he's going to run, and he's going to throw. I'm expecting a big night out of Lamar, a big night out of the Ravens. That parlay paying plus 380. Again, Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Please play responsibly, 18+, physically located in Ontario.
Man, I had the Ravens season as a write-off, like not even a question. It's like game over.
Yeah.
It's still pretty close to that. That's why tonight is a must-win. You're in week 9, and it's a must-win. That's as desperate as you can get.
Yes.
But that's where they are. And, if you look at the playoff picture in the AFC, it feels like the Patriots are going to get in. That's a new team. The Bills are going to get in. The Chiefs are going to get in. I think the Steelers will get in. And then you get other teams that are kind of like Indianapolis is getting in.
Yep.
There's other teams that have been pretty good. Chargers have been good. Denver's have been good. Jacksonville's been okay. So like it's not just getting back to 500. You got to get to likely 10 wins to get into the playoffs, and they're 2-5. So
it's a big uphill battle.
Yeah, do the math, man. They got to win 8 of their next 10 games.
Do the math.
Do the math. Indianapolis, New England, Denver, Pitt, Buffalo, Chargers, Chiefs. Like, those teams are pretty comfortably in the playoffs right now. Yeah. So, do the math.
Well,
do the math.
Do the math.
Yeah. Let's see if Owen Wilson can climb back.
Man, they need one tonight. I'm pulling for you guys. I'm pulling for you tonight. I really.
The Dodgers tonight.
Yeah, you guys are the Dodgers. Exactly. All right, Game 6 tomorrow. Full tee up. Leafs will be in Philly on Saturday night. Raptors playing in Cleveland tomorrow. It's not going to get any easier for them. So it'll be a good one tomorrow afternoon. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes for helping out. Everyone for tuning in today. TV, radio, podcast, web, and, of course, up on YouTube Live on TSN's YouTube channel. We're out of here. Enjoy your evenings. Enjoy the games tonight. We're back tomorrow at
4 p.m.
We'll chat then.